Welcome to the Oddfrog Chop Shop, your one-stop podcast for all things toy, design, collectible, comic book, video game, movies, pop culture, and more. And now please welcome your hosts, Kelly Greenwood and Eddie Hermosillo.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the Oddfrog Chop Shop. My name is Eddie. We have Kelly, I don't know, to my right, to my left, and then we also have Mikey, the producer here. We're back for another episode again of the Chop Shop, where we're going to talk about what we've been working on here at Oddfrog Entertainment, the latest updates with the Bandido. We have some news about the Bad Van, which is what a lot of people seem to be also interested in. We also have some updates on the comic, and we've been working on the Oddfrog comic and incorporating other stories with that, other characters, the Bandido itself. But yeah, without further ado, Kelly, Mike, what's going on, guys? How you guys been doing, man?
How's it going, guys? Good to see
What's
you.
up, guys? What's up, guys? Good to see you. Yeah, as Eddie mentioned, kind of been pulling double duty with the comic book and the action figure, which is kind of cool, actually. So basically what I've been working on, guys, I'm working at the college, and I'm up in their rapid prototyping department. And right now it's summertime, so there's a lot of free time. And I have access to all their programs and stuff like that. So, excuse me, been working a lot in ZBrush. Eddie's the ZBrush expert here at Oddfrog Entertainment, so I'm playing catch up right now, learning how to do it.
I should come up there the next day, bro. When's the next day?
Yeah, I need you up there, bro. I've got questions that would be a lot simpler than me searching Google and YouTube for it. But no, yeah, building articulation now. I've gotten a lot of this stuff worked out. We've got the basic model of the character down. Now we're building the articulation, and it's involved. So it's going to take a while. But it should fall right in line with the comic book that I've been working on, that when I come home from work, I basically start working on the comic book. I'm on page 37 of a rather large introduction,
Graphic
first story.
novel.
Yeah, I want to, it looks like it's going to come out right around, I don't want to say 48 pages because I don't know that I want to end on an even page, but we'll see.
Why is that?
But
was that something about comics?
just how it's folding out right now. If we don't put advertisements and stuff like that, I've got a real good system for how each page plays into the, this page builds up, and then you turn the page and there's reveals on certain things. So
I think I was with Eddie on that. I was thinking, we were thinking you were kind of an OCD
Is it like
thing,
a comic book thing? Like you don't want to end on an even page? But I see what you're saying, though. Like the way you have it laid out, the way you see it laid out, and the way it's playing out. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's a hard and fast rule and stuff. But for me, the pacing has been a really important thing. It's like part of the composition. I want you to unfold and see those cool reveals, see those new characters and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's we'll get into that in a little bit. I think we should probably talk a little bit about the Bandido, where we're at with that.
Absolutely.
I'll just start off a little bit, Eddie, by saying, like, we're still getting people that are just realizing we're around and like, how can I support this? So stuff's trickling in, but we're not a big enough company yet to really, I think, to get to our end goal at this point. So, sure. I'll let Eddie talk about this a little bit, but what we've been focused on and what Eddie's been focused on with the Chop Shop is the next step of this, which is distribution. So Eddie, I'll let you talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, distribution. So before that, like Kelly said, yeah, we kind of shot for the stars, like we shot for the big leagues with this one. We're 3, 4, 5 guys starting off this company, and we're trying to play with the big dogs like Hasbro and Ramen and Dalaverse, and make vehicles and comparable to them, because that's essentially what we want to put out one day and what we want to do. But realizing that we have such a small reach compared to all these other people, it makes it quite difficult to reach even a quarter or a fraction of what their goal needed to be for them to get funded. Because it's cost us not exactly the same, but it cost us around, it cost us a lot to produce these things. So we did shoot for the stars, but we're not giving up with that. With that said, we're working more on a press kit that it's gonna have a lot more detail. It's gonna be put together a lot better, like we should have had from the get go. I mean, again, we're a small company. This is things that we learn as we go. So we're developing a better example in the press kit of what our product is, what we're trying to deliver, and we're really trying to reach out to distributors and have them help us promote it. That's the only way we see that happening right now. Getting anything to market is we're gonna need the help of distributors or anybody that's willing to help promote products, or even just the company, or updates and sharing. It's the simple things like that is where we need to focus more on. Yeah, we're gonna continue prototyping, working on the renditions of the Bandido that we've showed you guys. We're developing the parts and the pieces to be able to make it modular with what we have already, with the parts that we have. We're printing more to be able to adapt it to the chassis that we have and whatnot. But we're also working on the Bad Van, and like Kelly said, the action figures. But distribution, like he said, is what we're trying to focus on, reaching out to more distributors. So if you guys know distributors, like our first hand in contact with people that you may know that may buy things in bulk, yeah, let us know. Anything helps.
Yeah, I think particularly the smaller indie distributors are kind of what we're going to gear ourselves towards. Certainly, we're going to approach the big bad toy store. We have no idea what they're going to say, because our last time we talked to them, it was like letting them know we're not going to develop the car for the 112 garage because we couldn't get back to them. They weren't talking to us for whatever reason, which was payment, obviously, or whatever. So, and now there's other players in the game. There's other vehicles out there that they have up for pre-order. So, certainly we can put ourselves out there to them. All they can do is say no. But I do, I'd like to approach the smaller distributors because, first of all, it's we are smaller. We're one of those toys that is like, we're indie for sure. We only need to get to 1,500 units. We have a better price point. I think we're offering something unique when it comes to the customization. But at the same time, of course, we'd love to be on there. But what is the right product to approach them with? Is it the Bad Van, where it's a little bit different than things that are being offered right now?
I think that's a very good point. Yeah, trying to come up with other things that will suit other wants right now in the market. You know what I'm saying? Because
cars, there's already yeah,
because there's already competition, right? There's obviously already models of cars similar. Like again, we can just start saying name. Ramen has their car, and they have 4 different versions of it. Now you have Valaverse coming out with their little Humvee type, whatever it is, they've been sneaking, and then
which is awesome,
right? It totally is. It looks badass. But it's like more of a Humvee military type vehicle, and now
I want one.
Yeah, and actually, what's the Turtle Van just came out too from the new movie, and it fits quite well with 112 figures, and I've seen it like with some Joes and stuff. So that there's another possible. I'm not even sure what the price point on that thing is. So that's something else to look at. Like even when we start, I guess, pushing the Bad Van, like, do we want to sell? I'm going to
share my screen.
Yeah, share it
and show some Bad Van while you talk about it.
So yeah, our Bad Van is, like I said, that Turtle Van just came out. It looks kind of cool. It has a lot of features. I'm not sure if And Mikey, if you can Google that, oh, maybe I can. But anyways, I don't know what the price point on that thing is, but it looks kind of cool.
And Kelly was told to update his computer earlier this morning.
No, my computer's fine. It's just this is my home computer, which is a rocket ship. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, we see it good. So yeah, I think that new one is about. I think maybe it's roughly about $50, US dollars. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it has a little launcher, but it doesn't have any clear plastic, and it looks like a shell with just a little mechanism that launches pizzas. Ours is gonna have the removable seats. It's gonna have the cargo compartments on top. So ours is a lot more elaborate. But this is something that's not no one's offering right now as well. It's a van that. Yeah, there you go. See,
try to make that full screen, Kelly.
Yeah, so the whole interior of this van will be like completely removable and swappable and modular with other things that we have. The gun rack, the little station you see there, the command station behind the driver's seat. So, the bad van seems to be also drawing a lot of interest because it is something else that we are developing that is not on the market. That we started, with the car. We started with the car and kind of got beat to the punch with that. Hasbro beat us to the market but failed, and then Ramen came in and scooped up that market, and it looks like they're quite doing well. So congratulations to them with that. I think I saw them previewing the tooling already, so would like to see what their thing looks like once they start pumping it out. But we'll approach our distributors, see what they say about our car, and see what they think. But yeah, the bad van's definitely next on our.
Yeah. Let's just say you could punish a lot of people.
Next
with
on our
van.
to-do list. You would punish a lot of people with the van.
Yeah, and I think Andrew, or Minex, as I like to call him.
Minx.
Yeah, Minx. He said something that was insightful, which is like, perhaps we should have started with the bad van first because so many people have been waiting for a Punisher van for so long. And, there's something to be said there. There's something to be said for what everybody's been saying. A lot of people have been saying,
you can almost validate everything that somebody has said in a way of some kind, For sure.
I mean, you can't listen to everything, which we definitely try to do. Part of the thing we were striving for was, and still is really always going to be, to a certain degree, and maybe we just break it down into hierarchies of how we do that. But we were striving for the photography, the ability for everyone to embody their own Bandido and have their own Bandido and tell their story through paint jobs, through decals, through parts that you can add and kits that you can add. And so that's our selling point. And to be able to do that, there's a lot of parts involved. Now, a lot of people have been saying, just give us a muscle car, a stripped down muscle car that we can pay $100 for. And shout out to Action Figuratorium. He's on Instagram and YouTube, Mark Major. He, I think, was the first one to point this out, which was like the first to get to the game where you can offer $100 car that, I'll let you guys watch the show, but it was a really good point, and it's something we're thinking about a lot, especially since other people have kind of chimed in and mentioned it. Eddie and I have worked for the bigger companies, and we want to do our own thing specifically because we don't like having to compromise with
cutting costs and product quality
and all that. But that being said, as a business, we do have to compromise with the market. So I think what we're going to do here is push for distribution, like Eddie was talking about. And we've got a writer on the team who does copy, and we're working together, coming up and really building a press kit. which lessons learned to
That's a
ourselves. We're
shame.
going to do this on everything we release from now on. Part of the reason we didn't do this earlier was that Eddie and I came up with a price that we thought was fair for us and the collectors. When we went for our 1,500 unit number, we cut out all profit for anybody. It literally just gets the tooling, gets the shipping, and gets the third party that gets it to you guys. So that with a little bit of a buffer zone just for price fluctuation and anything we might have been off on. Now, if we're going to approach a distribution, we've got to put some meat on the bones. We put a poll out there earlier this week, which was talking about like what is a fair price in the midterm while we offer a little meat on the bones to distributors. What can we say to them that people have said they'd be willing to pay for a car of the Bandido's caliber? I think another thing that we didn't put out there with the poll that I've thought about too is we could restructure the tier system a little bit and go offer that we need to get to 2,000 units and everything after 1,500 would be split up per unit as a profit for whoever decided to distribute with us, depending on how many units they sold. So that's another way we could look at it. But enough about that. The main thing to take away from this is we're working on distribution for the Bandido. And we're going to keep it at that for right now. Yeah. So that being said, the other thing we've been working on big time is, like we were talking about earlier, is the comic book and the action figure. So, Eddie, I think we should talk about Jones Bones a little bit, just because I've been talking a lot.
Okay.
Do you want to talk a little bit about what our idea is for introducing and cross-marketing different media to start this comic book off?
Yeah, so the idea behind the way we want to sell Jones Bones, this new character, the Bandido, or just a form of I guess promotional marketing that we want to do here at Oddfrog Entertainment is kind of like unique and different. Maybe. I don't think we've seen it. So we want to start developing like a comic book, right? But we want to use our products essentially for what they are for. So we want to use our products and high-end photography to tell stories in a comic book manner, in a comic book fashion with our characters, and we'll begin to introduce Jones Bones, which kind of just originated from needing like a Punisher style character to go with the van, because being a small company, licensing and stuff like that, we can't just put a skull on it and call it the Punisher van. So being able to put a skull on it and call it Jones Bones, or we just kind of made a name up. These are early renditions of him, thrown together kit bashes with like Mezco parts and accessories that they sell. Like this vest here is an additional accessory that you would have bought extra. It's on a buck body, but that head there itself is actually sculpted by me, 3D printed and painted by my son. It has an articulated jaw. This is an earlier version because the newer one has a bullet hole in the head. You guys will be able to see it later. But yeah, basically he's just a guy who used to work for the military, the government. He was like a top secret agent, kind of like, a badass Green Beret Marine, one of the top dogs. But they kind of had him do some shady stuff, but he was well taken care of by his government. But yeah, he would, go behind enemy lines and take teams and take people out and stuff like that. Lo and behold, he finds out that, some of the stuff that's going on is actually indeed shadier than what he has been told. And yeah, he's assassinated by the government, to where he is placed in his car, the Bandido, which ends up in the chop shop, and crosses stories with Oddfrog, and boom, we can probably let Kelly hop in right now and see how that happens. But yeah, those were early scopes and prints that I did, and we're working on more. Hopefully, I'll have a few more of those scopes a few more prints within the next couple of weeks. You know, a couple of bigger ones that we want to use to be able to maybe animate. We want to start messing with stop motion, and then a few more to scale that we want to be able to kit bash and really throw together a prototype.
Yeah, so we'll talk a little bit about the comic book that I've been working on. I'm on page 37 with the pencils, and we've got, I think, 11 pages inked, but I decided to just finish out the script pencil wise, and then we're gonna do the inking after that. And so yeah, guys, just the comic book I've been working on for a long time. I'm about 37 pages into it right now. And basically what it is it's the story of a nano engineer who comes up with this serum that we're calling Vitamin 1. And it's set to revolutionize the market, where basically it's kind of a modern version of the ooze, you could almost say, where it's a serum in that we can look at it a little closer than the ooze. We can get technical about it. So it'll have these tiny little robots that are injected into your body. And the idea is that they'll go into your body and they'll repair your cells on a molecular level, and you can stay forever young. You have really good eyesight.
I just saw something about that on the news the other day, bro. No joke.
Yeah, it's a technology.
Organic nanobots.
Mm-hmm. It's a theorized technology. It's been around for years. Like I first heard of it watching and listening to like Art Bell. And I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. So I incorporated it into this story a couple years ago, along with AI, as it turns out, because the other big element of the story is that there's an AI element to this, where the building that he works in is basically an AI construct built out of nanofibers. So the AI can kind of present itself and manifest itself throughout the building using these nanofibers that are embedded in the building. It's this intelligent program. There's other scientists that work in the building. Oliver is our main character, the Oddfrog, and he is the nano engineer that they're betting
Oliver
all
who?
their. I think he's going to be like Oliver Greentree. I'm still working out his last name. I had it as Oliver Treehopper, but it's a little too obvious. So, yeah, but his name is Oliver. He's a scientist. He works on nanos, and long story short, he gets somewhat betrayed by the AI system in the building, and is drastically transformed into this frog-like character, which you'll see in the story why he becomes a frog. And
oh, that's clean,
It's a new
bro.
page. I haven't seen that page.
That fourth panel on the bottom, that's the profile. That looks rad. Zoom into that.
Let's see here. Yeah, there you go.
That is dope, bro.
It's set slightly in the future, or at least it was written that way at the time. Now it seems like it's pretty relevant. But yeah, it's not done. A lot of this is still needs like some finishing work on it and stuff. But yeah, I mean it's coming along. I'm on page 37. We're in the final scene of what I'm hoping to stretch into 48 to 51 pages, just to make it kind of a technical graphic novel. I don't really care about that too much. I've already got the second story going, so whatever this finishes on, it finishes on, and that's what we're gonna market it as. It's gonna be this book. It's bigger than a regular comic book, at least twice the size, and it's got a lot of story in it, and I think it's a really different story. I think it's really fun. It's an amalgam of just a. Yeah, I think that's a great way to look at it, Mikey, is volume 1. So, want to start kind of shifting focus to the comic book at some point, and I want everybody to realize, like, too, also the Bandido is going to be in this story. Jones Bones is getting tied into this story in a really interesting way, and you know, we're looking forward to presenting it to you guys. I think we can't show too much of it before it's done, because I don't want to. I want to capitalize on all the drama that's presented in the story. This is I mean, if you read modern comic books, I would say it's not like that. It's fun. It's an adventure. This comic book is not preaching at you. This comic book is just pure fun. It's got a lot of heavy elements and a lot of drama. And I'd say if you're a fan of science fiction, pop culture, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Spider-Man, sci-fi, like, it's got everything in there. It's got a lot of those elements in it, and it's going to be really fun.
I got a name for you, Rand.
Yeah, do it.
Oliver Anura.
Anura, you're going to have to explain Anura to me.
Yeah, Anura basically means it's an order of tailless amphibians that is comprised of frogs and toads.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so there's an element where we can expand on characters. By the way, guys, we have a whole slew of characters. And the thing about this, what we think is exciting, is we want to launch our action figure lines.
It's Greek, by the way.
Oh, I like that. Because there's a lot we can do with Greek mythology and Latin and stuff like that. So,
and meaning without, and aura meaning tail, without tail, and it's
now
amphibious.
See though, I would have gone. I was gonna go with Oliver Treehopper because I want him to be a tree frog.
I was trying to figure out something with trees, scientific name of trees or something, but I was like, I couldn't.
And
find
then I was
anything.
thinking like Green Tree because like my last name's Greenwood.
I figured that's why you went with that.
It's not why I went with it, but in fact, if I don't go with it, it's because it's too close to that, and I don't want them associated with me too much. Although I would say there's a lot of elements about, you know, if I was Spider-Man, I would be Oddfrog kind of thing. That's how I kind of write the character. But yeah, I mean, I think the next thing is to tie all these things together, show more of what our world is trying to be right now, which is the comic, the action figures, and the vehicle line. And I think we can cross market those all through the comic book, which is nearing completion. And I'm hoping for it to be like complete and starting to market and stuff like that towards the end of the year. There's a lot to be done. I want to have a color version. We have to do word bubbles. There's a lot to do. But yeah, in the meantime,
that's a lot to do.
Looks good.
Yeah,
man.
that's what we've been working on. Eddie, do you want to talk a little bit? Thank you, Mikey. Thank you. Eddie, real quick before we get into our final little surprise here, do you want to talk just a minute about how we're going to kind of creatively market and cross-market Jones Bones and Oddfrog with photography and comics?
I did. I mentioned it earlier.
You did?
Yeah,
okay.
I said we were trying to bring out, like, we were trying to market and promotion, like, a new style of, using our products for what they are originally intended for, which is high-end photography, and then using that photography in a manner to tell a story in a comic book format. So, you know, using our products in photography to make comic books, essentially, of our characters, of our products, to sell our stuff and tell stories, which is essential to basically selling a selling point. You know, you got to have a story in order to sell a character. You can't just sell some random character because nobody's going to buy it without a story. So,
well, and we're world building right now. You know, I mean, exactly. Like we're building for the long haul, and to do that, story has to be prevalent. So, yeah, I'll leave that at that. That's what we've been working on, guys, and I guess we have one more surprise. So I'll introduce this. Yeah, you go ahead, Mikey.
I was going to say, so you ordered something and you were expecting it to show up when?
I didn't order it. My mom ordered it. My mom, I can't afford anything. Neither can Eddie. All of our money is tied up in prototypes and marketing this vehicle. So I can't afford any toys anymore. So what I tell people, and my mom has been the angel of this one. It's like on my birthdays and on Christmas, all I really want is action figures, like G.I. Joes. It's kind of my thing right now. I love the original G.I. Joes. That was my toy. God, now that the new ones are coming out and I see all these things, I'm like, oh, I had that. I'm remembering that I had stuff I would have never remembered before. So anyways, I got one yesterday in the mail. It's still in the box. At least I hope it's a G.I. Joe, because otherwise this is going to be really embarrassing.
It's going to be really awkward.
But,
It's
preview
your
that
face
first.
wash from Ulta. You know?
I was supposed to get this in September. So,
oh, you think? You know what it is?
Yeah, this show's going to end real quick if it's not what I think it is.
And cue the music.
But yeah, my mom gets me my G.I. Joes. By the way, real quick, she got me this one for my birthday, and he arrived in April. It's the barbecue, the Slaughter's Marauders version. Which the colors are cool,
rad.
you know? Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, about to knock everybody over. But yeah, this is a first for me. And guys, this wasn't supposed to get here till September. Oh, wow. This must be like birthday packaging from my mom that they did special.
It's your new perfume.
I don't think I had this figure. I had a lot. Oh, it's for my daughter. It's a new perfume. Yeah.
It's a square. Is it a square? It's probably the new packaging Hasbro has. It could be, man.
That could be, actually.
If it's like a nice, clean box.
I think their packaging is suspect sometimes.
Well, it can be weirdly shaped, but if it's going to be like a solid windowless box. That's the new. Everybody's going that route now, bro.
How do you get this open now? Oh, I see.
You untie the string first.
It's an actual thing. Like, wow. I got to say,
I believe there's a YouTube video that'll show you how to do that.
Packaging expensive. I really hope this is what I think it is.
And another pack in the...
Hold it up to the camera.
That is a Joe. It should be a Joe. That's definitely a Joe, bro.
Boom!
There we go.
Shipwreck.
Push it up. We'll see it.
I am so excited about this character.
Nice.
I don't think I ever had him as a kid. So let's open him. By the way, I decided a long time ago, I'm not a toy collector, even though I kind of am. I'm a toy designer. So we open the boxes here.
Gung Ho was my guy.
I got to play with them. It's my job.
Gung Ho and Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh, I love Gung Ho. Gung Ho's a Marine.
Yep.
Beachhead. Beachhead's probably my favorite. Oh, guys, look at this. Wow, look at that.
Bring it right up to the camera.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. You know, the Jews are they become out pretty good, man. But it's just weird. I guess going away from the plastic, but
what is it made out of now?
I mean, it's just
the packaging's going away from the plastic.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The window.
Which I don't like.
Because, you know, sometimes you're at the store and you can kind of look at the figure and be like, yo, this one's kind of cross-sided. This one has a mark on his cheek. This one looks messed up.
Right.
They're not all created equal.
Right.
So with G.I. Joes, have they changed the original to the 80s? Of course they changed them. But from the 80s till now, what's the size difference?
I think I know what you're saying. Like in our day, it was they were 3 3/4, 3 inches and 3/4 inches, 3 3/4 inch tall, and that's my favorite toy. I mean, I had everything. I had all the vehicles, you know, a lot of them, anyways. But yeah, here's Shipwreck, guys. If you guys remember the cartoon, I mean, I know you're gonna remember Shipwreck. Guys, this is badass. Dang, this is badass. He was the one that kind of talked like
Get him
Jack
out of vanilla pose,
Nicholson.
yo.
What's that?
Get him out of a vanilla pose.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'm finding too in ZBrush that's like
make
the
him
vanilla
stand
pose.
like he's like on the edge of the ship, like he's like heroic, stoic, bro. Chest out.
Throw over to the side.
Looks like he's trucking buckets.
No, he's on the front of the ship. Oh, what's this? Oh no, what? He's bald.
I bet you there's a hair. There's nothing in those little bags.
No, I'm sure there is. I'm sure he has other. I haven't even pulled that out yet.
Yeah.
This is what happened with Zorana too.
Bro.
Zorana had different hair. So I'm sure that's what it is. Yeah, let's bring some of that out. He's cool
that's
though.
Dope.
Nice.
Yeah, and he's got the. This is what we're working for right now. Although I kind of want to make it a little different than this, but yeah, that's nice.
That's the most basic ab crunch right there.
Yep. A live bullion in ZBrush apparently.
Well, thank you for sharing your unboxing.
Yeah, this is our first unboxing. So this is, I guess, where all the stuff comes in a package.
It's like little surprise blind bags, you know what I'm saying? For adults, bro.
Not everything should be a blind bag, guys. Wow. Okay.
Jeez.
Oh, that's interesting. It's really thin, kind of
wax paper.
Yeah.
Parchment paper, huh?
Yeah. All right. So yeah, here's his other hair, which is probably, he doesn't have the hat on.
That's kind of cool.
I'm not sure why you'd need that, but yeah, okay.
I mean, what if he's off duty, bro? Toy photography. Come on, bro. Come on, toy photography.
That's true. He's Navy. He's not a Marine. If he's a Marine, he's not off duty.
Little pert.
Yeah, this is cool. Like, I love this.
Little pert.
And we need all this kind of stuff with our characters. These tiny little attributes. Guys, by the way, we've decided we are going with soft goods. Because we've unlocked the secret of how you do soft goods. That's bitching right there. That looks like some kind of Colt 45 pirate mixture thing. I don't know. That's super cool. It has this little thing on it. We got an anchor with no boat.
That's a grappling hook, isn't it?
Oh, it's grappling hook. Oh, yeah, right, Eddie, because it comes with this rope right here. Okay.
There you go.
I'm like, what do we need an anchor for?
A grappling hook, bruh.
There we go. That's cool, actually. I like that. That's bitching. And then we have a pea shooter.
A little 9mm.
Pew, it's a little pew. 45 or something.
Pew pew. What's that?
Cool. I love it. I'm going to take about a half an hour after this podcast and just dive into this real quick. Add into my collection up here. Like I said, I just got barbecue. I got, Cobra Commander. My G.I. Joe collection is slowly expanding thanks to Mom. So thank you, Mom. Absolutely Mom, cool addition.
Don't look at the mess codes. Don't look at the mess codes yet.
And I can't ask my mom to spring for the mess codes. Yeah.
Mesco's starting to put out some Joes. Woo-wee.
Yeah.
It's gonna start hurting people's pockets.
Yep, they look good.
Right on.
Mesco's what we're going for.
Well, I think. By the way, guys, real quick shout out. If you haven't seen our last podcast, we had a couple of longtime collectors that have been on subscribed or followers of our Instagram, Axion Figs and Alias Fancast. They're great guys. Super shout out to them. Axion Figs actually gave us the some good info on. I call them Axion Figs now because it's just like once I get it in my head, I can't take it out. It is what it is.
Yeah,
huge shout out to those guys. Appreciate those guys coming on a lot.
And Action Figs, got you guys. That's what's up.
That's right. All right.
Yeah, guys.
Close it out.
If anyone has any ends on Distributor, if you know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy, let us know.
yeah, we're interested in the smaller distributors who are willing to take a risk with us. So yeah, let us know.
And that's a wrap. Catch you guys on the next episode. Yeah, we'll keep you posted on our Instagrams, and yeah, check out the YouTube, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. And yeah, again, thanks for tuning in. See you on the next one.
Thank you for tuning in to the Oddfrog Chop Shop podcast. This episode is brought to you by MLCVoice.com and OddFrogEntertainment.com. Theme music is Burlesque Heartache by RKVC. Please remember to rate and subscribe. Until next time, keep creating and keep playing.